Hello family, how is everybody doing today? Welcome again to another video with Antoinette Hunter. I am so excited to be here. So if this is your first time watching my channel, you are very welcome, and please do not stop watching me because I am here to help families and children. On this channel, I talk about children and families in general, meaning I give techniques and strategies to families on how to cope with different circumstances of life when it comes to working with their children, themselves, and education in general. So on today's video, I am going to talk about communication and interaction tips for ASD, Autism Spectrum Disorder. That's what I'm going to be talking about. How do you make an autistic person feel better? You know, in my early days, right, when I just started working with children with autism, I went for the love of it because I love working with kids. And I was connecting a lot with children with autism and developmental delays and just babies in general. So I realized that I have to change my mindset. There are things that I wasn't taught when I was going to school in the classroom. A lot of times, some of those things that we learn in the classroom, you have to put it to the side and get into the real world, because the real world is practical when you have to do hands-on. So I began to experience how every child and every person has their personality, and they have a way of dealing with things and handling situations. They have their likes and dislikes. They have their preferred and not preferred activities, and all of that good stuff in a bowl of basket presented to me. I got my wake-up call pretty quick, very quickly. So today I want us to talk and just want to talk from my heart, and also from my experience, and also from, you know, what I've seen out there and what I've learned. I noticed that when you're working with a child, or when working with a child whether they have autism or not, or they are just children that are developing normally, they want to be in control, especially kids that are under 2 years of age. They want to be in control. First thing you want to do, learn to teach them how to express anger without being too aggressive, and be patient but resilient. Because let me tell you what these little people are capable of doing. They will try they will test how far they can go with you. There are times when they will get upset very easily, especially if they're engaged in an activity that they really like to do, and you want to transition them into an activity that they do not prefer, which is called the preferred and the non-preferred activity. So if you are in a situation where they're doing something that they really like, in order for you to transition them into another activity, make sure that you have something else in your possession to take them through the transition. For example, if the child is building with blocks, and you know that they like to build with blocks, right? You just don't want to go in and tell them it's time for you to build, it's time for us to clean up right now, and you clean up right away. You don't want to do that. You want to give them, you want to put timer in place and give them signal and tell them when to stop and when, you know, to continue. So while they're playing, be very clear with your rules. Okay, Michael, we have 5 more minutes to clean up. If possible, have a picture of visuals to say it's time to clean up. We have 5 more minutes to clean up, okay? You want to remind them. When you have 4 minutes, you count down. When you have 1 minute, you count down. When you have 0 minutes, you count down. Sometimes, even with a timer, it doesn't work because they like that activity so much. So what you're going to do is to present them with 2 pictures. One with an activity that they really like to do, and the other one with the activity that they're not really up to doing it. The one that they don't want to do is the one that you probably want to work on. Probably that's the goal that you want to achieve for the day, is by getting them to engage in a non-preferred activity. So you would ask them to do the picture of the one that they do not prefer to do first, and use the song and say, okay, let's clean up. When we play with this, then we'll play with the other one. Let's hurry up and do it. You can do it. Yeah, then you sing the cleanup song and you model it and appreciate them and say, oh, thank you so much for cleaning up. I love you for that. High five. You do it first and then your turn. Kids can manage their anger. It depends on the approach that you take. First, you have to understand that child and you have to know the trigger. What triggers that child? How can you transition that child? Knowing the child will give you a better way on how to transition that child from a preferred to a non-preferred activity, on how to manage their anger. Because a lot of time when they're upset, they want to either knock everything off the table, have tantrums. You'd want to make sure that you understand what provoked them by knowing their triggers. That's number 1. Be patient and teach the child how to express anger without being too aggressive, and be persistent but resilient by showing them the choices of one preferred activity and one unpreferred activity. The second thing you want to do is to make sure you stay positive. Ignore irritating, attention-getting behavior. Okay, interact through physical activity. Be affectionate and respectful at the same time, meaning you can ignore all those things but yet attain results or achieve results, because kids can understand your energy and how you interact with them and how you respect them. You will be able to get the result back. Even if they're overly aggressive, they're going to calm down and transition or work with you, you know, in a more positive way if you interact with them and release that positive energy around them. Always remember that in everything, show them your love and interest, that you love them and you're interested in what they like. Because if you don't show them love and interest, they're not going to want to do anything. I'm telling you, these little people come with different personality. So for this video today, it's not a very long video, it's a very short video, just to give you a little input on how to handle situations that can be that are a little challenging. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope it helps. Thank you guys so much for watching. Goodbye.